Good morning. Welcome back to another of my vlogs. Out and about as per normal. I'm underneath the witch's tree. There's all the broomsticks. Yeah, the other one's up there. As you can see. And it's a lot more autumnal, as you can see. Still a lot of green leaves though. As I said before, the autumn this year is completely different from previous seasons. We are going to have an autumn that goes straight into winter, I think. I'm just exploring. I'm exploring Leafeys Wood. It's getting near Halloween time and the witches will be about soon. Well, they're about, but their main event of the year, as you know, is Halloween. And that's coming up pretty soon. Lovely. I want to show you something that I found over here. Just down here, if we can get under. Adjust the steady cam. See them? Mushrooms. At the very bottom of the witch's tree. If I can get in. Look at that, guys. Isn't they lovely? Sorry, Steadicam's going berserk because I'm holding it under extreme circumstances. Yeah, just to get you that shot of the mushrooms. Beautiful colour, eh? Yeah. Steadicam didn't like that. But we got there. In the end, I keep getting caught on the broomsticks. Well, the branches that make up the broomsticks. Now that I've showed you that, let's go for a walk. Get my stick. Turn these round. Just watch my feet. Turn these round, guys, so you know where you are going. We'll get out from under this witch's tree. Yeah, the sun's disappeared today, but I don't mind. After all, it would be boring if we had the same weather every single day. I fed all the animals and the birds. Yeah. You can see the sky's grey. As I said, it'd be boring if you had the same weather day in and day out. So I like the changes of seasons. I like the changes. I've been doing quite a bit of listing the past couple of days in my eBay shop. Not so much paintings, but magazines and books and whatever that I wanted to get up for the winter. Yeah, if anybody's like me, they'll reading a lot over the winter time, books and magazines and that kind of thing on all different various materials. Ah. Mr. Squirrel's been here. He's been digging up last year's nuts. Look. Right there. And I think there's a couple left in. See them? A couple of old nuts, brown ones. And a couple of old leafies. Yeah. I thought today we would talk about, what we would talk about. I seen an article on the internet. I'm talking about the global warming again. It's a controversial subject, as you know, but I've studied it over the past couple of years in length. Yeah, global warming, as they would say. There's a lot of things that they don't tell you. I mean, mankind has contributed a lot to global warming in a way, but it's not the complete, what would you say, it's not the complete story, if you know what I mean. It's not the complete fault of global warming. There's a lot of money to be made. As you know yourself, there's a lot of money to be made in things like if companies get involved with the global warming, how to stop it and whatever. So there's a lot of money making schemes and whatever. And as you know, it pays all governments, this is not just the UK government, but all governments, it's in their interest. Look at those, jeez. Lovely. Yeah, all governments, it's in their interest to keep the population scared of different well, as you know, it's different agendas. A population that's scared is more manageable, they would say. But I've got to watch what I'm saying. I don't want YouTube banning this video because I'm expressing my views. But anyway, back to the global warming. One thing that they don't tell you, and it's in plain view, it's there in black and white, straight in front of people's faces. The biggest problem of global warming. I've studied it, so I know I've done my research. I've listened to scientists and experts, mainly through YouTube and the internet. So I've studied it in length, so I've made my mind up. There's a lot of people for believing in the whole idea that humanity is the sole blame for global warming, and then there's the other side who have their own ideas like me. So yeah, there's for and there's against for what the government and the officials tell you. But as I said, it's there in black and white in front of people if they just look. The main problem, as I says, is the sun. Radiation from the sun. Just don't take my word for it, look it up. The sun controls our weather and what gives us heat and what gives us warmth. The sun. There in black and white, straight in front of everybody's noses. But what I'm saying is that it's not the sole problem to the increasing temperatures of global warming, because there is global warming, but as I'm saying, the sun's got about, I'd say about 75% to do with it, maybe more. Yeah. The sun, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but the sun controls our temperatures and our weather, mainly from radiation. It radiates out, solar bursts and whatever, and the scientists have been keeping an eye on the sun because they reckon the solar bursts and radiation is increasing. And which also is a contributing factor is the coming ice age. I don't know if a lot of you know this, but look at those leaves. Multitude of colours, aren't there? Yeah. There's a coming ice age. The last ice age that happened, wiped out civilizations and whatever, was the last ice age was about 12,000 years ago, 12 to 15,000 years ago, which is not long. Think about it. I mean, a lot of people wouldn't believe that, but look it up on the internet if you don't believe me. But there's the old brambles, look. Brambles. They're still green as well. They usually turn yellow. Yeah, Ice Age was 12,000, 15,000 years past. And you know, nothing survives an Ice Age. Well, some animals and whatever, only the toughest. But wipes out civilizations or whatever. So the last Ice Age was 12 to 15,000 years ago. And there's an oncoming Ice Age coming. And they predict that it will start about 50,000 years from the last Ice Age, remember, from the last 12,000 years past. So 50,000 onwards is the start, the main start anyway. There's a gradual build-up, and about 50,000 to 100,000 years from now, there'll be another Ice Age, they reckon. Well, the scientists are predicting that. So that is a contribution. Wind's picking up. That's a contribution to global warming. Everything will warm up first. Everything will warm up first with the sun, is what you're seeing just now, gradually up until the 50,000 years. And then your ice age will start getting into motion. And it'll be 50 to 100,000 years when there's a solid ice age. And that is a civilization ending event. So yeah, there's more to global warming than meets the eye. Don't believe everything that your government or the experts and the global warming scientists put to you. So I never ever believe a word the government say now. In fact, I've stopped watching the news. I've stopped watching mainstream news. It's your mainstream news on every country. Your mainstream channel is government backed, you'll find out. And as I says to you before, a scared population is a manageable population. And that's all I'm going to say on that subject. Because I'm sure YouTube will be listening. If I mind, I'll try and put some links in the description box below for you to have a wee look at on those subjects of the increased global warming. We're about the middle of Leafeys Wood here. And what I've seen today is I've seen a lot of birds. Yesterday I was out for a little jaunt. I came up to put some seed down. And because there was a slight wind, it's what I said to you before. The birds, I've noticed the birds don't like the wind. They don't go on the ground as much. But today, there's hardly any wind. And there's lots of birds about today. Yeah. Lots of birds, blue tits. I've seen everything. Blue tits, nuthatches, tree creepers, woodpeckers, jays, magpies, crows, a hen pheasant under the witch's tree, helping herself to the seed, which as it says, I don't mind. Everybody has a share. Yeah. So what am I going to be doing today? I think I'm going to be. I've got a couple of paintings that I want to put some borders on and put some plastic ceiling on it. You'll see what I mean because I'll probably show it in the next vlog. But I want to get them done now that I've got all those books, magazines listed on my eBay shop. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I love reading. You don't see many people buying books nowadays. It's all on the internet. But there was a time when books were in decline. Yeah, books were in decline, and it was on the news and the internet and whatever that this is the end of book reading. Everybody's going on to the Kindle computer and reading it electronically and whatever. I went back into the bookshop after the 2 years that we had. We were all stuck inside and all the shops were shut for about 2 years. I went back into the bookshop and he says, listen, the books are selling more now than they were before the pandemic. So yeah, it's got a risen popularity again, hence me listing my magazines and books on eBay again, because I mean, you've seen me, I buy books regular. I don't know about you, but I buy books regular and I love reading. There's something about having a book with the paper, feeling the paper. There is just something about it that the computer cannot replace. And I think that'll go on for the end of times. Yeah, so I think I'm going to end the vlog here since I've gave you a bit of info on my theory of global warming and whatever. And that's that matter closed. But yeah, I'm going to probably come out tomorrow again because we have had a bit of storms or whatever the past couple of days. Couldn't get out. So yeah, I need my exercise again, and I need to get that inspiration back for my art. So until next time, I'll say bye-bye. Where are you, leafeys? Where are you, Mr. Fox, Mrs. Fox, and the deer and whatever? They're about. Bye-bye.